Hey folks, my name is Robert Russell and I'm the owner of 2A Tactical located in Barrington, New Hampshire. If you don't know, we've been in business since 2015. It started with just me. I'm a fully disabled veteran, 27 years in the Army. I was a police officer for 14 years and a paramedic for 20 years. For those of you that know the humble beginnings of my shop, shortly after becoming a fully disabled veteran in 2015, I opened 2A Tactical out of my home, and it was just me and a bench. Today we offer a very wide range of services to include a large retail aspect. We offer gunsmithing. We can fix an old war bring-back gun, or we can fix your hunting rifle that you need to take out this season. We also offer other services like Cerakoting. We're one of the largest silencer shop dealers in the country, and we're also a manufacturer, and we actually build guns. Because 2A Tactical offers such an incredibly unique product and such amazing customer service, we have grown incredibly fast. In fact, our business has more than doubled year after year after year. And you have to understand, I have a degree in criminal justice, okay? And I was an infantryman in the Army. So I don't have a background in business. I have tried to do my best, and I have tried to do what's best for our employees and for our customers. But certainly we've had growing pains. And one of the things that has happened is we have clearly grown much quicker than I ever anticipated. One of the things that I take incredibly serious is the impact that my business has on our neighbors. And we have reached out to our neighbors consistently and often, and our neighbors reach out to us, to include neighbors who have asked us to cone off sections of their property. We've had neighbors make other requests, and we immediately respond to those. Our neighbors love us. We have an amazing relationship with our abutters and our abutters, and even further out. So we have done everything we could to keep the neighborhood happy. Early last year, it became obvious to me that we needed to find a new place, a new home for 2A Tactical. It had been on my mind for years, but I knew that for us to continue to succeed and grow and serve our customers and our team members, we needed to move. For those of you that did not know, right around the time that we began to look for a new location in October, tragedy struck. My second in command, one of my employees, took his life in October. Shortly after that, within a couple weeks, without any notice, I got a call to speak to the building inspector of the town of Barrington. I answered that call, and on the same day, I went down and met with the building inspector. The building inspector explained to me that an individual had made complaints about the parking on Toll End Road from my customers. I was told we had 90 days to vacate our current location and move the 2A Tactical business. 90 days without any prior notice. My reaction to that at first was shock, was disbelief. We had maintained an incredible relationship with the town. We had maintained an incredible relationship with our neighbors, with the police department, with the fire department. And this is the last thing I thought that I didn't know what they were going to say. 90 days, 3 months. We later did a little research and found out that for a business of our size, with our infrastructure, the appropriate time to relocate, to fully relocate, 18 months is considered the appropriate time. And we were given 90 calendar days. And I'll be honest, I was pretty emotional because just a couple weeks prior to that, I had lost one of my best friends. And there was a lot of chaos at the shop. It was a very hard time. I explained that 90 days wouldn't work. I explained maybe a year, possibly longer. So caught off guard, I was being told we had this incredible short amount of time to move. I knew that was completely unreasonable. I knew that would be an incredible hardship on our business, on my team members, on the disabled vets that work for me. I simply knew that that would not work. 90 days was completely unreasonable. I was then told that they would consider 6 months. And later in an email, I was told that they would give me 6 months. I still explained that that was not enough time. But that is what they said. You have 6 months to relocate, or we're going to begin to fine you $275 a day, and we're going to start to seek legal action against your business. At this point, with the 6-month number looming over our heads, which I knew would never work, myself and my business partner, Scott, began an incredibly aggressive look for either a building we could retrofit or land that we could purchase and put a building up. We spent, I can't even tell you how many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours and driving around looking. And here's the thing, we needed to stay local because our business counts on our local customers. So say we found a great spot, 40 minutes north of here, we would lose a massive part of our customer base and we would have to reinvent ourselves. And I'll be honest, I love Barrington. We wanted to stay in Barrington. It is a great town. In fact, the first terrible thing that has ever happened to me was that very meeting I got called into. So we knew we wanted to stay in Barrington or very close, but very much we wanted to stay in town. As Scott and I are reaching out to every realtor we knew, every commercial realtor, we were having breakfast with people, we were calling up friends. Every time we found a piece of property, it was specifically with a building that was up, it was either too small, inadequate, it didn't have the room. Some of the property was smaller physically than what we were currently using, okay? And all the rental properties, they just would not work. They could not do what we needed to do, or they would not allow us to do what we needed to do. We looked at some land in Barrington. We wanted to be on 125. We did not want to be off the main road. And every time we found a piece of land, the prices were astonishing. And I'm not even saying the land wasn't worth that much money, but we certainly could not afford the amounts that we were getting. And then a while into this process, we met a very nice gentleman and found a piece of property that wasn't even for sale. And he very graciously sold it to us. And that is the piece of property, the 8.9 acres across from Cozy's Pizza and Stonehouse Bakery on Route 125. We own that property now. We bought it, okay? And not only have we purchased this property, but the building, the 12,000 square foot building, is completely designed. We have all the architecture done, all the MEP, mechanical, engineering, and plumbing. This is all new terminology to me. Everything is planned out. So come to today, and we've been doing everything in our power to get this building moving as quickly as possible. But guess what's coming our way? COVID. COVID has slowed everything down. Processes to get permits, processes to file things at the court, at the clerk's office. COVID. So things that normally might take 30 days are taking 90. It has been unbelievably frustrating, okay? We quite possibly would have already broken ground if we had been able to get through this process without a virus going on. But it is what it is. So the 6 months came and went, and we heard nothing from the town. We have 8 glowing letters of support and praise, signed letters, real written personal letters from our abutters. They fully support us remaining in our spot until the building goes up, that we are not a detriment to the neighborhood. We aren't causing a quality of life issue, okay? Further, Since the initial complaint was parking, I made a 91A Freedom of Information Act request to the Chief of Police. And I requested to know any and all parking complaints at my location or near my location related to my business or my home since the beginning of the business in 2015. I received a letter from the Chief of Police, and I'll be honest, I was actually surprised. I thought there'd be a couple. In the existence of 2A Tactical, there have been exactly 0 parking complaints called in to the Barrington Police Department regarding my business. And that has been the main thing, at least in the beginning, that the town has been harping on. And yes, they found other violations. I've never hidden it. We've grown. Now come to today. We just had a meeting several nights ago with the planning board that went so well. We came in there with all of our it was like a football team. I had all of our professionals with us. We answered all their questions. I even put this suit on, and I don't wear suits very often. The day after this meeting, we received word from the town attorney that because we exceeded the 6 months and because we're in violation of whatever they say we're in violation of, they are suing us in court to shut us down. They are going to spend taxpayers' money to have a judge order us to cease all activities at 99 Toll End Road prior to our building being completed. And bear in mind, this is a multi-million-dollar building going up in Barrington. This is on the main route on 125. It's going to generate tax revenue. It's an attractive, modern building at a spot that had nothing. And do you know what's going to happen if that goes through? They're going to destroy my business. If they force us to move, I'm not saying we would be completely shuttered, but I don't know. That would cost us hundreds of thousands of dollars to relocate to a spot that we would only need for a few months, potentially. And bear in mind, we're about to enter our busy season. That building would not go up. I can't rationalize it in my head. And I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the room, folks. But our neighbors support us. The parking isn't an issue. And the town has the power to say, hey, we're going to give you a waiver, or we're going to, with our discretion, we're going to allow you to continue to operate until this beautiful building in Barrington is complete and you move into it. But what they're doing is literally going to destroy the very business that we've created. And I want to explain something very serious to you. What keeps me up at night is not losing my business. What keeps me up at night is the employees, the team members that every 2 weeks get a paycheck. The disabled vets that by their own admission can't work at another job. Okay? More than half of my employees are veterans, and many of them are disabled. We have a guy that was shot in the face. We have people that were blown up. I was hit by IEDs. These guys can't just jump onto another job. It's not that simple. That's what keeps me up. I have a responsibility to keep them employed, okay? And I take that so seriously, and the town is threatening to take that away, and it makes no sense. It makes no sense to the town. It makes no sense financially. They're going to spend all this money to sue us and put us out of business when we are actually building a building that is going to make the town money. I don't know. I can't rationalize it. Folks, the takeaway is this. 2A Tactical has grown faster and quicker than any of us could ever have imagined. And we have been so blessed by God for what has happened at our business. 2A Tactical isn't just veterans. It's mothers, it's fathers, it's grandparents, it's teenagers who are starting their first job ever. Our building is completely underway. We have all the plans, the architects, the engineers, the surveyors, the site testing. We are so close to breaking ground, I cannot even tell you. And we need to move, and we know that. We understand that zoning rules are there for a reason, and we understand that there are times that they need to be enforced. But there is also something called variances, and variances are there for a reason. And all we're asking the Board of Selectmen is to allow us, we're asking the town, to allow us to have a variance to continue operating at our current location without penalty, without being fined, and without threat of being shut down at any time. We are simply asking to continue to operate until our building, our beautiful, brand new, high-tech building is ready to move in. And then we will vacate our current location and be more than happy to move into our new building. That's all we're asking the town. And we need a variance. And I don't think that's an unreasonable request. And that's where we're asking for help, folks. We're asking for your support. We're asking for the town administrator's support, the Board of Selectmen's, the zoning board, and all the boards. We're just asking for your support. Hey, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for listening to me, and thank you for your support.